Devin Haney looked phenomenal tonight. He looked like magic. He looked like money. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It was a shutout tonight. I'm telling y'all, every time I see that young boy fight, he gets better and better. I promise you. Tonight, though, for all the talk about Devin being a pillow-fisted puncher or being a weak puncher, he don't got no power, don't got no pop. Shit, Regis didn't want none of that smoking. He was bagging back because he was getting hurt. And he was hurt several times and even got dropped. Right? Devin, and people was like, oh, moving up 5 pounds ain't gonna make no difference. He looked stronger. Dev looked strong and looked good. That 5 pound difference, he looked like he cut weight better, everything. I'm like, yo, Dev looked big as hell. At the ring introduction, when they introducing him in the ring, I'm looking at Dev, I'm like, Dev look big, man. Seriously. And listen, Rougarou couldn't do nothing with Dev at all. It was nothing he could do. I promise you, try it. Like, Dev so slick had that man swinging, missing air. Missing, like hitting air, missing in the air, flying into the ring post, all of that. Dev, when I watch him fight, I can tell that brother was trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. I can tell he came out of that Mayweather club. Just the array of different punches he was throwing, the straight rights, the left hooks, the jab, you feel me? Jab to the face, jab to the body. But the body punching was brilliant. It looked like for real, people thought he was going to back away and shy away from Regis because Regis is known as a power puncher. He did not do no such thing. He stood right there and was taking the fight to Regis' ass, and Regis couldn't do nothing with it. Seriously, his footwork looked phenomenal. Defense, outstanding. I promise you right now, like the Devin Haney I saw, like listen, and I give Teofimo credit. He whooped Josh Taylor ass. I bet y'all, Dev gonna fuck Teo up. Dev gonna fuck Teofimo. I don't care. Listen, I know y'all. Dev gonna outclass Teo. Only thing Teo got on Dev is power. That's it. Outside of power, he does not have the skills that Devin has, and he doesn't have more skills than Devin. His defense isn't better than Devin's at all. And people will say, well, look what Loma did. I can argue that, and I'll say this. Teo looked better in spurts because I think Loma was afraid of Teo's power. He was a little tentative of that power. Dev didn't have that power to make him like back up, so Loma was in there. You know what I mean? And so he had better moments. And you know, at the end of the Teofimo fight, Loma was coming on strong. He was. He had Loma had that 10th and 11th round where he was teeing off on Devin. But other than that, Devin fought well. And it was similar game plan against, that he used against Loma. That he used a similar game plan that he used against Loma against the Rougarou tonight. And they say the Rougarou is a shape-shifting werewolf, right? That's come from the Creole, Louisiana culture. Shape-shifting werewolf, that's what the Rougarou is. Well, if Regis Prograis is a Rougarou, a werewolf, you might as well call Devin Haney Walter Frey. Okay? Because he slayed the werewolf. He slayed the wolf. If y'all watch Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about. You remember when Robb Stark... and listen, I'm so still pissed off about that. Right? I just got into Game of Thrones, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me. Right? But the way when Walter Frey killed Robb Stark, the young wolf, that's what Devin Haney did tonight, man. What? Did everything but decapitate him because them left... if he would have landed that damn uppercut consistently, it would have been all she wrote. Devin looks more comfortable. He looks like he's in his prime. He looked like he in his zone. Like he's in his moment. And it's what's crazy is everybody trying to discredit him. I'm looking all on social media, on Twitter and all that. People like, Regis ain't shit. He ain't shit. He bottomed till 140. How? Before the fight, I saw y'all saying Regis was going to stop Dev. Dev was in trouble. Dev better be careful because he in there with a power puncher. And if he got hurt against Linares and all of them, guess what's going to happen? If he got hurt against them dudes, Loma did it. Not Loma, but like Loma's a smaller guy. Regis is a power puncher. He going to hurt Dev. Bullshit. Listen, man, and I'm not even trying to disrespect the Rougarou. I got a lot of respect for him. He was not in Devin's class, man. He was not. It was nothing that he could do. At a point, he looked lost, swinging wide and missing wide. Devin capitalized. I'm talking about like sharp counters, quick hands. Like hand speed was it was completely different. He just looked like he was just in there with a dude he didn't belong in there with at all. And before the fight again, I had Devin winning by unanimous decision. When I said he was going to outclass the Rougarou, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. A shutout, bro? Like what? At one point, Regis had landed like 30 punches through like the 9th round or something like that. Just a beautiful display of the sweet science, and it wasn't boring. I don't care what nobody said. That was not no boring fight. That wasn't a Shakur Stevenson snooze fest that we just saw. It was not. Dev fought that motherfucker. He fought him. And he gave him everything he could handle and then some. Now, some might argue Dev could have picked up the pace at the end of the fight and tried to take it to him a little bit more in front of the hometown crowd and give him a better show at the end. But I mean, Dev was putting on, he had great moments. That was Dev's best performance. He looked wonderful. And I'm going to say this too. I love Tank Davis. I love the rest of them young dudes. Man, look. I said it once, I'll say it again. Devin got the best resume out of all of them. He been on his gangster time. From taking that low offer against George Kambosos to become an undisputed champion, then taking a rematch with little money, even less money in a rematch to go and fight him, then fought George Kambosos in his hometown twice, right? Went to Australia twice. Then right after that, go fight your title defense. Your first title defense in America, not first title defense. First title defense in America is against Vasily Lomachenko. And I don't care what nobody say. He won that fight. I watched that fight the second time around. At first I was like, at first I said I wouldn't have been mad if it went either way. Second time around, it was more clear that it was Devin to me. Right? And so now you go to 140, the dude that people like, yo, this dude a power puncher, man. Dev might want to be cautious of trying to fight him like he fought Loma and standing in the pocket with him. Don't stand in there with him. Dev stood in there with him and fought him like a gangster. He on his, and this, I'm going to say this too. It's hard to beat them dudes as prodigies. Devin been a prodigy since he was a young boy. Regis Prograis started boxing at 17. He started boxing at 17. Devin was a pro already at 17 years old. Was in a Mayweather gym when he was 13, 12. All of that, man. Them young prodigies like that, they're hard to beat. Unless you're a power puncher and the dude, the prodigy, does not have defensive capabilities. If a dude don't have great head movement and he doesn't have a great defensive arsenal, or he doesn't have good defensive prowess, or whatever you want to use the word, if he doesn't have great defensive abilities or defensive instincts, then a power puncher can knock him out. But if the dude is a prodigy and he great defensively, them dudes that just started boxing ain't gonna beat them, man. It's like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder got power I've never seen in a one-punch cannon. But he couldn't take Tyson Fury out because Tyson been fighting since a young boy, man. It's like muscle memory to him. So he got great head movement, keep that head off the line, slick with it, counter punching. It's hard to beat them dudes when they've been fighting like since they were little bitty kids. Even my boy, my dog, Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder, my favorite fighters, right? Errol started fighting at 16. Bud been fighting since he was a young boy. It's hard to beat them dudes that been doing it that long. They developed an elite ability, especially Terrence is super extra dedicated and strictly dedicated to his craft. You know what I mean? Dev is the same way. And the problem what I feel so bad about, like I made in my previous video, Devin's gonna suffer the Holyfield syndrome. Like, I see people not even trying to congratulate Dev. They like, well, now he needs to fight Tank. It's like when Holyfield, when he beat Buster Douglas and he became champion and he was the man and ain't nobody want to even congratulate him or look at him as the champion until he fought and beat Mike Tyson. And even after he beat Mike, people loved Mike so much that they was making excuses for Mike. They didn't even want to give Holyfield the victory. I promise you, if he beat Tank Davis, and I got Tank winning, but Devin looking like he getting better and better every fight. I don't know. And the boy look big. Okay, he ain't the puncher that Tank is. And we don't know what Devin will look like once he get hit with a shot with power like Tank's. So I have Tank winning right now. But even if he would have beat Tank, people would still make excuses and say, oh, well, Dev way bigger, or man, Tank wasn't focused this time around, or Tank been in and out of jail, or Tank been into issues, and I'm not wishing future jail on a young man. I'm a big fan of Tank, so knock on wood. But people will try to blame it on whatever, or Tank was distracted. They won't give Dev full credit for that victory. I promise you they won't, because they don't like the style that Devin fights in. He fights like a slick. A lot of black fighters fight slick. A lot of black fighters don't fight, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, Mexican style. They don't. Black fighters fight slick. Now, they can crack, but a lot of times they ain't going to sit there and just keep trading with you. Most black fighters don't do that, especially the ones that been coming up in the gym since they were shorties. They not going to fight. Deontay will bang with you like that because he didn't come up in the gym like that. He fought as an older guy, a young 19, 20-year-old trying to get money for his daughter who had a disability. So he's in a different point. Them young boys that been in the gym learning the sweet science, they not gonna fight that Mexican style. So people use that as something against him, and they'll say they like watching Tank because. And what's ironic about that is Tank uses the sweet science to a T. He just has knockout power, cannon power. He has less punch output than Devin Haney. Tank Davis has less punch output than Devin Haney. But Tank is just so precise and accurate, and his punching power is out of this world that he delivers the knockout, and people are satisfied even when he doesn't throw a lot of punches. Devin is not known to be a knockout guy. So is people still holding it against him? I see people like, oh, he don't know how to close his show. Man, he beat the shit out of Regis. You feel me? I love the Rougarou, but we don't know if they'll listen. People at the end of the fight looking like, I don't even know. Dude, Regis looked like a regular dude. He looked like Regis Philbin. But that was Regis. It wasn't that Regis it's not that Regis ain't shit or he trash. Regis in there with a dude who's a world-class fighter. Devin is world-class, man. He's an elite fighter. He's elite. And then you all are going to see it. I promise you. I hope he fights Teofimo Lopez next so you can see it on display. And Devin I ain't going to even hold you. I'm not even trying to be funny. Devin got balls of steel, balls of an elephant. Pause when I say that. When I say that, he got the vigor. He got the tenacity. He got the drive. He got the eye for greatness where he'll go in there and fight Teofimo next. Just to show the world I'm here. And Dev, 25 years old? He got 5 more years before he even get to 30. So just imagine the things he could possibly achieve before the age of 30. You know what I mean? He's already achieved more than Tank. And I love Tank. I love watching Tank. He's brilliant for the sport of boxing. I said Tank beat all the young boys. And I said he'll beat Devin. But I don't know, man. We got to see. I still don't think, I don't know how Devin will respond if he get hit with that type of power, because I think he just got different power that a lot of them young boys ain't seen. But if Dev keep looking like this and showing up like this, I don't know. My screen just went black. My phone on like 5%, right? So I'm looking at the time shit, trying to make sure I don't cut off. But congratulations to Devin Haney. That was chef's kiss, baby. When I seen him knock Regis down, I said, oh, what y'all talking about now? Talking about he ain't got no pop or no power. Tim Bradley, you gonna have to come to the forefront, brother. Because you be talking crazy on all the other dudes that ain't Shakur Stevenson and ain't Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? If they ain't with ESPN, you talk crazy on them, especially if they with the PBC. He just a PBC hater. But Dev ain't with PBC. But he ain't a ESPN fighter. Of course, he taking up for his little brother, the little homie, Shakur. Man, Dev fucking Shakur up. Shakur better stay down there, little boy level. He too big for that boy. Pause. You know what I mean? But listen, Tim Bradley gonna have to issue an apology. Dev looked like money. Magic tonight. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.